I have been sitting here thinking about this Houston Texans squad, and honestly, the sheer dominance we are seeing in the secondary right now feels like something special. Something just came out regarding our star cornerback that could change how the entire league perceives our defensive ceiling. It is wild to see where the experts actually rank him compared to the rest of the NFL, and the reasoning behind these anonymous rankings is truly eye-opening. The more details come out, the harder it is to ignore the respect he is finally getting. Smash that like button, subscribe, and drop your city below. Let's get into it. Derek Stingley Jr. has officially cemented his status as a premier defensive force, as recent polling from ESPN reveals that NFL personnel now consider him the second-best cornerback in the entire league. This recognition comes after 3 years of exceptional growth, beginning when the Texans made him their centerpiece draft choice and continuing through his recent back-to-back All-Pro first-team selections. As fans, we have watched him transform from a promising prospect into an elite ball-hawking machine who consistently disrupts opposing passing attacks with his rare combination of instinct and athleticism. The ESPN report gathered insights from 70 league executives and coaches who ranked him just behind Denver's Pat Surtain II, specifically highlighting his league-leading 14 interceptions since 2023. These experts praised his unparalleled zone vision and his ability to win contested catches against top-tier wideouts. For those of us who have followed his journey from his early days to the record-breaking $90 million contract that secured his future in Houston, this validation feels like a long-overdue formal acknowledgement of what we see every Sunday. It is deeply rewarding to see a homegrown talent reach this level of national prestige, especially as he anchors one of the most feared secondary units in the modern NFL. This news hit the fan base with a profound sense of pride because it confirms that our patience with his development has paid off in the most spectacular fashion imaginable. We are not just watching a talented player, we are witnessing a cornerstone of DeMeco Ryans' defensive scheme reach his prime. And the truth is, seeing Stingley earn this level of respect from rivals across the league validates the elite culture we are building here in Houston. With his best years still ahead, the standard for our secondary has never been higher, and we are fortunate to have him leading the charge. The journey to this moment really began the second DeMeco Ryans stepped into the building as he prioritized a disciplined, high-IQ secondary that reflects his own defensive expertise. We watched Stingley navigate those early injury concerns during his rookie season, but the front office never wavered in their belief that his elite ball skills would eventually transform him into a cornerstone talent. By securing him with that massive $90 million contract extension last year, the organization essentially doubled down on their vision to build a championship-caliber unit around his unique ability to lock down an entire side of the field. Historically, Houston has often lacked that one true shutdown defender capable of altering a game plan, yet Stingley has effectively filled that void in a way we rarely see from young players. Behind closed doors, I suspect our leadership group views him as a perfect mirror of the team identity, because his production has consistently defied standard league averages. With 14 interceptions over 3 years and remarkably consistent footwork, he has become the benchmark for our defensive success. Think about it this way. He is no longer just a high-potential prospect developing in real time. He has evolved into a veteran presence who elevates the performance of everyone around him like Kamari Lassiter and Jalen Peter. The coaching staff likely sees his versatility as their ultimate chess piece, allowing them to disguise coverages and confuse opposing quarterbacks without needing to constantly rotate personnel. While we often focus on the flashy highlights, it is his intellectual grasp of zone schemes that really separates him from other top corners in the league today. The bottom line here is that we are witnessing the rare intersection of elite natural talent meeting a perfect coaching fit, which promises to keep our defense among the NFL elite for many years to come. Having a player recognized as the premier cornerback in the league is not just a nice accolade. It serves as the foundation for our championship aspirations this season. The truth is that when your defensive anchor is universally feared by opposing coaches, it changes the entire geometry of the field for our opponents. By locking down his side of the boundary, Stingley effectively narrows the passing lane, allowing DeMeco Ryans to be more creative with his blitz packages and pressure schemes. Financially, this investment has paid dividends, as his performance justifies every penny of that historic $90 million contract while providing us the luxury of building a secondary around him without needing to overspend on high-priced veterans. This stability on the roster allows young talents like Kamari Lassiter to develop in a less pressured environment. Looking ahead, this becomes vital when we face high-powered offenses like those managed by Shane Steichen in Indianapolis or the Mike LaFleur-led Cardinals. Stingley's presence dictates the pace, forcing those signal callers to hesitate, which is exactly the edge we need to secure key wins. As we eye the playoffs, our ability to neutralize elite wide receivers separates us from the rest of the AFC South pack. With the Colts and Titans trying to reshape their identities under new leadership, having a proven elite stopper gives us a significant psychological advantage throughout the season. Because Stingley is performing at this all-pro level, we are no longer just hoping to make the postseason. We are actively preparing for a deep run that could see us hoisting the trophy. When you have the best player at such a critical position, the rest of the game plan begins to fall into place. It is a rare luxury that gives us the confidence to take on anyone in the league. The primary upside to establishing Derek Stingley Jr. as the league's premier defensive back is that it provides DeMeco Ryans with a chess piece capable of erasing an opponent's best receiver, which fundamentally shrinks the field and allows our pass rush to hunt quarterbacks with reckless abandon. By cementing him as a top 3 corner, we lock down our secondary for the long term, ensuring the defensive identity remains aggressive and suffocating for years. However, the obvious counterargument involves the significant financial weight of his contract and the physical toll such a high-intensity role demands, as relying so heavily on one shutdown player creates a massive vulnerability should injuries strike. Around the league, analysts are practically unanimous, noting that Stingley possesses a rare combination of anticipation and closing speed that few defensive backs have displayed since the prime years of the legendary shutdown corners we grew up watching. Even executives in front offices like those managed by Chris Ballard or Joe Schoen view him as a foundational pillar, essentially admitting that his trajectory is currently the gold standard for modern cornerbacks. What I really think about this situation is that we are witnessing the emergence of a generational talent who does not just play the position, but dictates the entire flow of the game. While the risk of a massive contract is always present, his ability to influence the scoreboard makes him worth every single penny of that investment. The poise he brings to the field is exactly what championship defenses are built upon, and having him in his prime during this specific era for our franchise creates a window of opportunity that we simply cannot afford to waste. If he maintains this level of technical discipline and focus, he will inevitably go down as the most influential defensive player to ever wear a Houston Texans uniform. The bottom line here is that having an elite anchor like Derek Stingley Jr. signals a massive shift in our franchise trajectory as we cement our status as a perennial defensive powerhouse. This recognition from NFL personnel validates the aggressive vision of our front office, proving that our core philosophy of building through high-end talent at critical positions is yielding undeniable results on the field. For us as Houston Texans fans, this should instill a deep sense of confidence heading into the upcoming season, because we are no longer just hoping for individual flashes of brilliance. Instead, we possess a cornerstone athlete who consistently performs at a top-tier level, making the entire defensive scheme under DeMeco Ryans significantly harder for any opponent to solve. You should feel incredibly proud to support a team that prioritizes such high standards of excellence and maintains a culture of winning through reliable, battle-tested veterans like Stingley. It is truly refreshing to see our own evaluations matched by the cold, hard respect of league insiders who recognize his unique influence on the outcome of every single game. This stability gives our defense the necessary edge to stifle top offenses week in and week out, ultimately providing us with a legitimate window to compete for championships while Stingley remains in his prime. Looking ahead, we must wonder how much further this secondary can elevate their performance now that the rest of the league has finally realized they cannot afford to test Stingley on the outside. How many interceptions do you think our secondary will combine for as a unit this year with Derek leading the charge? If you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like it and subscribe to the channel. Toro time. I'll see you in the next one.